Hey, hey. All right, let's make sure I have all my sound ready to go. I am live. It is Monday. I see some people hopping on here. Okay, now get to the comment section. Hey, okay, great. I am seeing lots of people pop on here. Trying a new format tonight for my videos. Hopefully you all enjoy it. I want to make sure that these videos are super valuable to all of you and that I am making the most of the time that you spend with me. So I'm super excited to be here tonight. I'm going to show you 3 gorgeous cards using the new amazing silhouettes bundle. And I am going to tell you how you can get this card class for free. Exciting stuff coming your way. All right. Welcome back, everyone, to my Make It Monday Live. This is where stampers like you tune in to get card making tips that help you make the most of your time in your craft room. I know we are all busy, and I want to help you make the most of your supplies and your time. I specialize in simple, stunning cards so that you can make them at home. I am your host of Make It Monday Live, Rose Grunwald. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, which is just a fancy way of saying I'm your creative coach. And I'm going to ask you something new tonight. I'm going to ask you to give me 5. So that's right, give me 5. If you comment 5 in the comments, I will send you a complete 5 project tutorial bundle for free. All you have to do is comment 5 in the comments, and I will reach out and make sure that you know how you can get that bundle for free. You'll get free instructions for 5 absolutely stunning, gorgeous projects, including measurements, photos, and all the things to jumpstart your creativity. So if you would like those projects, just comment 5 in the comments right now. Okay, question of the day. I want to know, so post the answer to this question in the comments. Do you already have the amazing silhouettes bundle? Do you have it already, or is it on your wish list? So let me know in the comments if you have the amazing silhouettes bundle already, or if you have it in your wish list. I want to take a minute while everything catches up here to welcome everyone watching live. If you are new, I love for you to say hello, tell me that you're new in the comments, and if you are returning, I absolutely would love for you to let me know that you have watched me before. Let's connect. I see we've got Bernetta and Sharon here. Hello, and Angela, Judy, and Jean. I'm seeing lots of 5s, everyone. I will get you the information. I see Veronica here. Hi, Veronica. So happy that you took my advice. I think that it is so important to have some me time and self-care and make sure that we are absolutely going to make sure that we fill our vase so we're not pouring from an empty vase. I think that me time and self-care is so, so super important. Okay, so I'm going to make a little announcement. I want to let you know that, let's see here. Here we go. I want to let you know that I still have a few of my Sweet Conversations class to go. I was cutting the classes this weekend, and I have a few left. So the pre-order is done. I got my products in, and I've already pre-cut. I had a couple people back out, and just the nature of getting like a half a pack of cardstock and whatnot, I have some of these classes left. So you can go to my website on the bottom there, www.rosegrunwald.com, And you can still order the Sweet Conversations class to go if you are interested in it. I think that I have 3 left, 3 or 4. I'm still waiting to hear back from one person, but that is still available for those of you who are looking to purchase that bundle. I do have prizes tonight, but I'm going to do them later. We're going to get to stamping right away. Let me switch my camera around. All right, so let me get this all turned, get a little light on the subject. Okay, tonight in Spotlights, the Amazing Silhouette Bundles, I have 3 cards to show you that you're going to love. You're going to want to stay tuned to learn how you can get the free card kit to make all the projects that I'm showcasing tonight. I personally love this bundle for the kind of all occasion cards. I myself know that I always need more of these easy kind of go-to stamp sets. And when you've got dies that coordinate with some image, it's really, really easy to do that. So I've got some other new products that we are going to make today. Now, when I say that you can learn how to get the free card kit to make these cards, when you get the kit from me, it will come packaged all nice and neat, but all of the layers that you need to make your card come tucked away in an envelope for it. So what I'm opening up and showing you here is exactly how your card kit comes packaged. I see lots of people watching that have ordered my card kits before, and they can attest that they all come kind of packaged away like that. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of people who have this stamp set on order and a lot of people who have it on their wish list. You're gonna probably want to order it after tonight. I love this bundle. Okay, we're gonna start off kind of with a sweet, simple card where we're using the full bundle as is. And then our next card, I'm gonna pair it with some other stuff and show you a unique way to use some of these images in here. I'm really excited about that. You might be surprised what I ended up doing with it. Okay, I'm going to post all the measurements to these cards in my blog. It should go live tomorrow, I believe, tomorrow or Wednesday. We're starting with the mint macaron base, and I will also tell you the measurements here. It's 5.5 by 8.5. And then we have got a layer of basic black. This is 5 by 3 3/4. And then a layer of basic white, which is 4 3/4 by 3.5. This other layer is just a standard 5 1/4 by 4. That's going to go on the inside, and we'll stamp our envelope tonight too to finish everything off. Okay, I'm going to grab, I always like to stamp on these mats. Okay, we're going to grab our mint macaron, and the first image I'm using is this kind of foliage image here. A nice, simple stamp set. Okay, let's see. Now I am using a D block for this. Here we go. But for this to, I'm seeing a lot of people saying that it's freezing. I'm like halfway through this, so hopefully the replay doesn't freeze. I do see that my computer has a strange window open. I don't know what it is, but it's open and I don't know how to get rid of it. Let's see here. It's just showing up there. So I think it's trying to run something in the background. It is what it is. I cannot reboot. The only issue is I cannot see your comments. So here we go. Sharon says no issues. Okay, great. All right. So I have put it diagonally on this stamp block. So that's a tip. It does fit on your standard D block. You just might have to put it on there diagonally. Okay, I'm inking that up. I'm using mint macaron ink, and I am just going to stamp this in the center here. What I really love about the images here in the stamp set is that they look watercolor. I'm going to bring this closer to the camera so you can see it. It looks like a watercolor splash like that, and I love how the edges are not sharp. They're kind of blurred a little bit, so that's kind of nice. Okay, we're going to do some gluing. Get out my silicone craft sheet here, and I'm going to glue this basic white layer. I'm using my seal. You guys know that I love my Stampin' Seal. Oh my gosh, so love it. Okay, we're just going to glue that right in the center. Okay, now it's time to do some die cutting. I'm going to get out this adorable baby boss. Okay, now when you use our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I saw Betty watching. Betty, I went to the post office today to drop off your prize and finally get that in the mail because I finally had a day where I was having COVID symptoms last week. I had a negative test. I shouldn't even say the word, frankly, on live. But I was quarantining until I got my results. And so I finally got to the post office to drop off your prize, Betty. Betty won a mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine for being part of my newsletter. Well, I went to drop it off, and I get to the door, and 3 guesses what the heck I found. I found a sign that says they're closed for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which I didn't even think of. I was just so in my head that I had to get to the post office today. And yeah, that didn't work out so good. All right, we're going to run this through. Now, all of the die images in here work with our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, just so you are aware. And I just always want to make sure I get a nice die cut. Yep, and that worked great. So let's set that aside. Oh my gosh, how easy is this? Now I'm going to save this because I can see using this actually on a card. Sometimes I'm randomly inspired like that. Just keep those little plates in my drawer next to me. That's how easy they are. Yes, Betty says you found them closed. You know it. All right, and now I have got a spool of Gold Shimmer Ribbon here. And we're going to use that on our card front too. So let me get my dies out of the way there. And I'm going to cut this down to the size I need. Always cut it down a little bit more. Trim these edges at an angle. Okay, we're going to glue this onto our card base. I find that Seal and Seal Plus both work really great for gluing down ribbon. Oh my gosh, I'm off the screen. So sorry. I'm going to move my, let's move this a little bit. I don't know why this doesn't want to stay. There we go. I don't know, something must be going on with Facebook or something because I see another person saying she can't see or hear me, but I'm seeing other people saying everything's going just fine. So not sure what's up with that. Okay, now this is a really detailed die, you can see. So I find the liquid glue works best to glue those on. Or you can also use we have some like adhesive sheets. That works great. And if you want to pop it up, we have like some sheets of dimensionals. So I just put glue on a couple of pieces here, as you can see. Thank you, Robin, for letting me know. Okay, and we're just going to glue this right on our card front, like this. All right. Now, all the cards, the kit to make all the cards in tonight's live are free when you make a purchase from my online store of at least $35 by Saturday the 22nd. Now you have to use the host code that's up here in the corner, right there, to qualify. And when you place that order, I will get a notification and I will send you the card kit to make all the cards in tonight's live. Now, it's Sale-A-Bration, and so if you place a $50 order, I will send you the card kit and I will send you a pack of these classic matte dots. So there is white, vanilla, a gray, like a gray smoky slate, or sort of a basic gray and a basic black in here. And if you place a $100 order, I will also give you a free spool of this gold shimmer ribbon. Now, because it's Sale-A-Bration, when you place your $50 or $100 order, you're also going to get free Sale-A-Bration items. So now is a great time to take advantage of one of these card kits. I do one of these classes monthly. If you have never, you're going to totally maximize your freebies with this kit. Okay, so I decorated our front with bling. Julie says, 53 centimeters of snow just landed on us here in Ontario. I can still hear you loud and clear. Oh, awesome. That's a lot of snow, Julie. Holy cow. Oh my goodness. All right, I am looking for my ink pad. Oh, I put it away already. Huh. Okay, so I'm going to grab my mint macaron here, and we're going to bring that same image in. But I'm just going to stamp it in the bottom corner like that, and we can write our note around it. And you know we got to decorate our envelope. And so what I'm going to do on the envelope is I'm going to come in here from the top, and I'm actually going to stamp that image here on the flap, just like this. Isn't that cute? Now you also can do one here on the side. We've kind of brought those elements right onto our envelope. Just a little extra. Yeah, I bet you are used to it there in Ontario. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now let's finish our card here by gluing our inside layer. I'm getting a little distracted. What do you think of this card, huh? Simple, sweet, easy. Now, you could easily see how you could swap out your colors, or you could swap out the thanks for you are amazing from our bundle here. And you've got a totally different card super easily. So there's our first project. Yeah, I wanted it clean and simple, but I wanted it pretty. You know that I like to do simple cards. And of course, we've coordinated our envelope. So when they open it, they're going to see this beautiful image here. And they're going to see that here. So there we go. Card number 1 done in the books. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. Seeing that you love the card. Okay, just cleaning up my stamps and then moving on to card number 2. All right. Now, for card number 2, I'm going to do a little something different with the image. We're going to try a few new products tonight and a new way of using the images in this stamp set. Okay, you know I like my tone-on-tone cards. What I've got here is just a scrap of basic white. We'll use that for our stamping. I've got a scrap here, a strip that we'll use for a sentiment. And then I've got a basic white thick card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. I'll actually do that right now. Like so. And then we've got a card front layer that's 5 1/4 by 4. And we're going to actually emboss that. So let's do that first. My stamp away quick. Okay, I am going to use our new Hive 3D embossing folder. Of course, you can use the debossed or the pushed out layer. And we need our big boss for this. Now, just a quick tip. Let me grab my plates here. Okay, so on your plate for the big boss, it tells you how to layer your sandwich when you are embossing or using the thin dies. With our 3D embossing folders, we need 1 right here, and we need, you can see the image, 1, and then we need 4. And here is number 4. They're labeled so that you know exactly what one to use. Okay, so we're going to use those to make our sandwich. And if you notice on our embossing folder, there is a little line across the bottom with the Stampin' Up! Logo. This is the line that I use as my guide to make sure that my paper is in here straight. So if you've never noticed that line before, that's going to help you line up your paper. Okay, so I put my paper layer in here. I line it up with the line. We're going to make our sandwich. And the next thing to know about embossing with embossing folders is that you always want to put the folder into your cut and emboss machine with the hinge side first. We want the pressure pushing down on the hinge and going outwards. You don't want the pressure going the opposite way, because as it squeezes and presses this together, if you do it the opposite way, it'll put too much pressure on your hinge and then it can break. And we don't want that to happen. So we want to go hinge side first. And to help me remember that, I always like to line my hinge up with the labels on here so I remember. Once you get everything straight and sandwiched in there, you really don't want to be messing around too much and kind of re-straightening and everything. So that's just a little rule of thumb I go by. I always put the hinge towards the labels of my embossing plate sandwich. It's a little tip for all of you. And for those of you who haven't used embossing folders before, if no one taught you these things, you would honestly never know it. And I don't want you to break your embossing folders. These are good investments. All right, now we can use either side of this. Hopefully you can see this is kind of the popped out embossed side. And then here would be like looking into a honeycomb, the debossed side. What side should we use? Any preference? I'll wait a little bit for your answers. I'm going to grab my craft sheet so I can do some gluing. Now, with embossing folders that have a lot of texture like this, I like to use the liquid glue. The reason being, I like that glue to kind of squish and get in around all those nooks and crannies so that it all sticks to your card base layer and you're not going to have to worry about it only sticking in the corners or anything. So I like to use the liquid glue for those. So emboss side up. Okay. That's the first answer I saw. That's the one I'm going with, Angela. All right. So we're going to put our glue then on the deboss side. And I'm not overly generous, but I got enough glue on there that it's going to get into those nooks and crannies. Okay, we're going to center this on our card front. The other thing I will do often is open up my card where it's nice and smooth and push that all together. Oh man, it's like equal deboss versus embossed. I have one that shows you the deboss side up when I'm done making this, Judy. I'll show you that one. And Diana wanted that one too. All right, so we have got this ready to go. Now we're going to do some stamping. I'm going to use something I haven't used in a while. Like a really long time. It's my Stamparatus. Okay, I'm going to put my paper here. Let me grab my magnets. And we're going to use this tall tree. Okay, so I'm going to want this to fit. I need to stamp this twice on here. So I'm going to line this up and then we're going to close our Stamparatus and pick up our stamp. Now a tip when you're using the Stamparatus, I love to put my stamp set under here so it's not at an angle. It makes it easier for me to ink up my stamp. So we're going to stamp our first one in Fresh Freesia ink. I'm just going to ink this up. I've got a little halo around here, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that, and you'll see why when I show you what we're going to do with these images. Okay, now I'm just going to grab my chamois here, and we're just going to wipe this off. Get it clean. Put your chamois back. And then this paper here, I'm going to flip it like this. Just turn it so that the other side of it is going to get stamped next. And I'm going to grab my polished pink. And we're going to ink up our stamp again. And we're going to stamp. Just like that. Oh, this I don't want to grab. Maybe I didn't ink it up that great. It's okay if it doesn't completely. Oh, there we go. Okay. I see Peggy loves her Stamparatus. You know, Peggy, I have to be honest with you, I sometimes forget my Stamparatus. Oh, look at this one. Judy says she loves it because she can do multiple cards each time. Yep, that is what's nice. You know, and when you design a card, like in my monthly classes to go, like my Sweet Conversations one that I have right now, you always get to make 2 of each card because I want you to be able to keep the one I designed in your own stash as inspiration for other products, other layouts, stuff like that. And then you have a second one that you can send on to whoever you want to send it to. So it's always good to make a couple of cards when you're designing. And you ladies are right. The Stamparatus is awesome for that. It's also nice because then you don't necessarily have to invest in all the blocks. So if I'm ever traveling, a lot of times I just like to grab my Stamparatus instead of grabbing all my blocks. And then I know I can stamp whatever size image I want on here. I don't have to bring all my different blocks with me. So that's really nice too. Okay, I'm going to come in here now with my trimmer. And I am going to trim around these images. And it's okay if I'm cutting some of the edges off. Not a big deal. Cut top and cut our bottom. And we're going to do the same here. Cut our top. I'm sorry, you probably can't see this. Diana stamps mostly 20 or more at a time. Yep, that Stamparatus is absolutely coming in handy for you, Diana. Shar says if you drop a die cut on the floor, use the Stamparatus as a big magnet to find it. That is a great tip. Oh, that is an amazing tip. I have lost so many die cuts in my carpeting here. Okay, so we have these 2 images. And I am going to cut these into strips. So I know you're going to think I'm ruining them. I promise you I'm not ruining them. I do not have any particular size. They may not even be perfectly straight, but I'm cutting these into strips. So Fresh Freesia, I cut that one into 4. And our Polished Pink, I am going to cut into 3. And I may just trim off the edge of this one a little bit. There we go. So we don't have so much white space on it. And it does not matter what order they are in or if they get mixed up. Margaret says, cannot do without my Stamparatus. Darn right. Kathy, hello, Rose. Oh, hello, Kathy. Welcome. Okay. I'll double check that I have this opening the right way. Now, I want the color that I cut 4 out of to go onto my card first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay these out. Like so, and then I'm just going to glue these down. Now, this is not a technique that is exclusive to this stamp set. This is something you could truly do with any stamped image. It looks particularly cool with this stamp set just because of the kind of watercolor wash image. Okay. I am gluing this down. They don't need to be straight. They don't need to be in the order I cut them. Now, I'm going to say I saw this idea on, I don't know if it was Instagram or Pinterest. And I wish I would have jotted down. I didn't think I would make it. And then I was I was inspired when I saw that hi folder, and I was in a hurry to just kind of make something. I'm like, well, I'll just try it. And oh my gosh, I ended up absolutely loving how this looked. So I knew that's what I wanted to do. Now for this one, you'll get the scrap piece to stamp your images, and then you'll have to cut the strips yourself in the card kit. All right, now these next strips I am going to pop up on dimensionals. So let's grab some of those. This is fine. Okay, for those of you who didn't have this on your wish list, so far, 1.5 cards in, I'm dying to know from our question of the day, how many have it on your wish list now? Our amazing silhouettes bundle. All right. Okay, I want to strategically place these so that I don't have too much white images by the white images. I'm going to go here. And then we'll go here. And we'll go here. Okay, like so. And here we have our gold shimmer ribbon. We are going to tie a bow. Definitely on my wish list now, says Bernetta. Yeah, Jean, you know what? I saw someone else say that they were struggling on their iPad, but their phone was okay. Not sure what the deal is with that. You might want to try that too. All right, so I just have a bow made out of our gold shimmer ribbon. That'll be free if you place a $100 order. And then we've got our strip for our sentiment, and I thought it would be fun to use the Sale-A-Bration Special Moments stamp set. This is all sentiments, and I thought it paired perfectly for if you don't have a die cutting machine and aren't able to use that bundle, then you totally can just grab this and do what I'm about to do, which is use a strip, or you could fussy cut around the words. So this has 21 sentiments in it, and some of them, you can see it's photopolymer, it's 2 sets. Some of them are like stacked like this, and some are just straight across like this. So there's really all sorts of options to choose from, and I think I want to do the think I like the big congratulations. Okay, so we are gonna melt that. Oh, Carol says same thing. Phone works, but iPad freezes. So weird. Who knows what's going on out in the tech world tonight, right? Okay, we're just gonna grab our memento. Or stays on. I noticed that memento was sold out or not available, which means that they don't have any in the warehouse. So if you don't have a black ink pad and you need one, stays on is a permanent one. You could get that instead of memento. Okay, of course that's not straight. Oh wait. Yes, it is straight. I was looking at it crooked. All right. Bernetta says, what is the name of the sentiment stamp set? It is called, good question, Special Moments. It's free with a $100 purchase during Sale-A-Bration. So if you do a $100 purchase, to get this free card kit, you could get this stamp set with all these sentiments. You'll get the card kit, you'll get the gold ribbon, and you'll get the classic matte dots with a $100 purchase. Hope that helps you, Bernetta. All right, now what I want to do is stick this here. So we're gonna, I like to trim the edge of this off at an angle. I'm gonna leave this tail a little bit longer. I'm gonna make this just a little smaller. Do a little more trimming on our gold ribbon here. And I'm gonna grab a glue dot and I'm gonna tuck it right here, kind of in between our layers. Like this. Just like so. Okay. Yep, there we go. All right, and I'm gonna pop up our sentiment on dimensionals 2. I'm gonna need 2 of them down on this other end. So let me trim this off where I want it. Just like this. There we go. So on this far end, I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on it because where I'm going to put the other dimensionals, this is already popped up. And I want it to be a nice, even, level layer. Okay. And then let's go. And I'm just actually going to put them right here so I don't have to try and figure out where on the card, on my sentiment they go. I'm actually lining it up on my card. Okay, so there we have it. Now let's clean these schnibbles up. We got to bring in our bling. Since this is so much white on white, I thought that it would be really pretty to do our white classic dots here. There's one. I'll do another one here, and then I'll do one here. Okay, and of course, we need to decorate our envelope. I'm just going to quick grab this. I feel like our polished pink really stands out. So, I'm going to do a little tree image down here on the side of our envelope like that. Okay, now I'll show you the other option here that I made with this stamp set. And I need to show you the debossed option too. I had a couple requests for that. So here is our card with our coordinating envelope. So pretty. And here's another one I made where I popped everything up on dimensionals, all of the strips. I think I like the different layers a little bit better. And then here's one where I did a floofier ribbon. I was playing around with a new way to make a ribbon, and it didn't turn out quite as how I had hoped, so I need some more practice at that. And that's one with the debossed image, you can see on the front side. This one uses fresh freesia and Highland heather. So you can get an idea of different color combinations you can use for those. Okay, so card number 2 is in the books. We ready for card number 3? Our last card of the night. All right. We have got our layers here. I have a scrap for a sentiment of just basic white. I have got a, here, we've got our basic white thick cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5. And I scored it at 4 1/4, and we're going to fold it here and burnish that edge with our bone folder. Yeah, Judy, now that I see them, I think I do like the debossed one better. I actually think with the other stuff popping up that the debossed image of that 3D embossing folder kind of offsets all the stuff popping at you. So I do really like that one too. I agree with you. Okay, so we've got our basic white card base here. I have another layer of basic white. You know that I love white on white cards, you guys. I notice it so much when I go through my stash. I'm like, I really like white on white. Okay, this is 5 1/4 inches tall, and normally, like a normal layer, we would go 4 inches wide, but it is 1/4 inch smaller. It's 3 3/4 inch there. And then I've got a strip of the pretty rainbow paper from our, actually, here's the pretty rainbow paper. This is the Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper that's free in Sale-A-Bration with a $50 purchase. I found there are lots of fun patterns in here. So there's a lot of these rainbows. There's here's a really bright, fun, flirty flamingo kind of pattern. There are so many fun cards or patterns in this paper. And I hear all the time that people are afraid to cut into their favorite papers in their kit. And so I wanted to show you a way to showcase a bright pattern that you love very subtly and stretch it so that it goes further. So what we have here is a strip of the rainbow pattern, and it's 5.5 inches long by 1/2 inch wide. Okay, now we're going to do our stamping first before we do any of our putting of our card together. And I am going to coordinate our color on this card with the bright pink here in our rainbow, which is Magenta Madness, that one there. And of course, you know, with our pretty Magenta Madness, I am going to use this gorgeous butterfly. So, oh, thank you so much, Kathy. Kathy says, like your technique, pretty cards. Thank you. I appreciate that. And Diana prefers white on white. Yeah, I think it's so pretty. It's easy and it's a bright, sunshiny, cheery card. And it really works for any occasion, but especially like it's very in right now. White and gold, very, very trendy. Okay, we've got our butterfly. And I'm gonna ink up our butterfly here. And then I am just gonna stamp the butterfly right here. It's a little lower than I wanted it, but no, I think it looks about right. Okay, now you have got 2 ways that you can do the sentiment for this card. You could do, remember how I save all my strips? I stick them in a coffee mug here. We can do a sentiment right on the strip, but I noticed if I did that, it would totally cover up my butterfly, and I didn't want to do that. So we're going to do a little fussy cutting. And we're going to grab one of our, I'm going to use this Thinking of You. Because I have a need to send more of these Thinking of You cards, to be quite honest. I think of friends and family members, and I just think I need to send more cards and write them a little note and let them know I was thinking of them. Okay, so ink that up and stamp. Now it doesn't need to be perfectly straight because we're going to do some fussy cutting. Okay, remember my fussy cutting tips. Always keep your scissors moving. So you always want to be opening. I'm almost constantly closing as I am cutting. I am never like cutting and then waiting and then opening. It's always a slow, constant movement. And then I'm always moving my paper as I am rounding corners. So here we go. You can see that I am coming around our corner, coming into our G. And when it gets to be in your way, you just snip it off. That was getting in my way. I picked this image because it's the same one I used on my design card because it is so fun to have these loops and curls of these letters from the font in the set, in the sentiment, snap set, I should say. Okay, we're going to come in by this F and we're going to curve around here. Come in by this I. If you cut too much off, it can be hard to grab it, and that's kind of what I'm experiencing now, so take a little lesson from me in that. around this I, around this H, and there we have it. Hey Alice, welcome. See, looks pretty cool, huh? All right, we're going to set that aside and we are going to finish putting this together. So I've got this strip and I am going to just put a line of glue near the outside edge. And then I want to glue this on here so that about 1/4 of an inch of our image or our pattern is showing. I'm getting the fun rainbow, and I'll be able to use that fun rainbow pattern on so many cards like this. And this is, if you're talking simple but stunning card, this one fits the bill for sure, if I do say so myself. Okay, and we're going to put our dimensionals here. Okay, and then we're going to put our, oops, I forgot something. That's okay. It's okay that I forgot something. We can still do it now. Okay, so up here, I'm going to take my ribbon, and I just want this coming down like a banner. So I'm going to staple that on here. You can really use, I have an old Stampin' Up! Handheld stapler, but you can use any, like some of those fun mini, like school staplers work great. I'm just going to staple that on there. I don't think you can get the Stampin' Up! One anymore, but we're going to put that there, and I love how we bring in the staples. Hey, Pat, welcome. Yes, I agree, Judy. That sentiment fussy cut looks really cool. Okay. So now we're going to finally put our card front layer on here. Okay, and we are going to grab some, I'm going to grab some edges of my mini dimensionals. A lot of you who watch me regularly know I do not like using the edges of dimensionals, but that's only the big dimensionals. I actually do like using the edges of our mini dimensionals. They work really great. The other ones work great too. I'm just so type A that I like the nice pretty hexagons. Okay, and so now we can see our butterfly with our fussy cut sentiment. We're going to put this on here. Thinking of you, get it on there straight. And we can really use any of our colors. I think if we use black, that might really make it pop. So let's grab our black dots here. And I'll go on here. Like that. And where did my, here we go. Can't forget to do our envelope. So I'm going to grab my butterfly and I'm just going to come in down like that. Angela says, all beautiful, but that one is my favorite. You know what, Angela? It's my favorite too. That's why I saved it for last. That's why I saved it for last. You gotta save the best for last, right? All right. Okay, so move a few things. Here's our 3 cards tonight. And our thank you. All using the amazing Silhouettes bundle. Now remember, when you purchase from my online store using the host code that is right up here, you can just go to www.rosegrunwald.com and click that shop button, and you'll go right to my online store. Make sure you use that host code, and you will be able to purchase. When you make a $35 purchase or more, you will get the card kit to make these 3 cards for free. When you purchase 50 or more, you'll of course get a free Sale-A-Bration item because Sale-A-Bration is going on. I'll also send you a package of the classic matte dots like we use on all our projects tonight. And then with a $100 purchase, you will get the card kit, the matte dots, and a spool of this gorgeous gold shimmer ribbon, which we use on all of our projects tonight too. Plus, you'll get another Sale-A-Bration item, or so you could get 2 of the $50 items or 1 of the $100 items when you purchase those. Prizes. I have prizes. I want to give away prizes. Let's see here. I gotta find it. Where did I put it? Here we go. Okay, our prize for tonight. I've got a half a pack of the 2020 to 2022 In Color 6x6 DSP. This is the Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, Magenta Madness, Misty Moonlight. You are entered to win this drawing when you engage with me in the video or share my video. You have more entries for sharing, and then the more you engage, more entries for all your comments. So this prize here goes to Corinne. I think I'm saying this right. Corinne Bouvia. So congratulations, Corinne. You can claim your prize on my website, rosegrunwald.com, the prize claim form. That's all we have time for tonight, everyone, with Make It Monday Live. Thank you so much for joining me, and make sure to join me next Monday, again, right here at 7 p.m. Central for Make It Monday Live. And for those of you joining late, I asked everyone to give me 5. Just type 5 in the comments. I'll send you a reminder of the live, plus you'll get my 5 project tutorial bundle for free. For free. Amazing. Okay, thanks again for joining. I'm Rose Grunwald. I am your creative coach. And if you want to make the most of your products and your time in your craft room, then I can help. I will see you all next time. Have a great evening, everyone. Bye.